Hello and welcome to another Moon Tidings video. So, this month in May, I am only doing one Moon Tidings video, okay? And I decided to do the full moon. So, this Moon Tidings is all about the full moon that is happening on May 29th in the sign of Sagittarius. So, full moon in Sagittarius. I know there's a lot of people excited about this full moon because, you know, the moon in Sagittarius, especially whenever you see a lot of positive aspects going on, can feel and bring with it a lot of optimism, adventure, you know, the sense of adaptability, not being too fixed, you know, not being too held back, just being able to feel really free and let loose. But there is some other sort of side stories going on with this full moon in Sagittarius. So the reason for the filter here, this filter that I'm using to film is called nostalgia. And I just kind of felt like that kind of resonated a little bit with the Sagittarius full moon, because the sense that I get is there's a little bit of this childlike sort of nostalgia and a little bit of kind of a fixer-upper type energy. And the reason why I say that is because I have to show you the card that just like came face up. One second. The sun. Okay, the sun. Little kid on a horse here. Did I not just say child nostalgia? And the sun rules children. Interesting! All right, so we're going to continue here with the reading. So, astrologically, okay, we have, on the same day of the Sagittarius full moon, we have Mercury going into its home sign of Gemini. Feels really good there. You know, Mercury is about the way we communicate, the way we sort of mentally explore and plan and strategize, and just our thought process. And I feel like with Mercury going into Gemini on this day, it's really going to help with some quick, flashy sort of insights and wisdom into how to cope and deal with some of the challenges that are going on, okay? Because we have the sun that is direct opposition of the moon on this day as well. And so to me, you know, I just wanted to bring up a little bit more of the astrological stuff here and just kind of go with my gut and some of my own personal knowledge. And, you know, with a lot of modern astrologers, a little bit more of a positive tone comes from oppositions. But traditionally, oppositions, those kind of aspects in astrology they often bring more sort of challenges and uncomfortable sort of things and lessons, you know, that you gotta face, you gotta work out. And so there could really be some inner conflict around this full moon about your self-worth and how you are self-expressing. How do you express yourself, your worth, your talents, your energy? So there's that. And then, you know, there is a sort of a shadow. The shadow side we're going to talk about, since we're talking about kind of the dark stuff that's going on. You know, the more negative aspects with the full moon that's going on here. There is a, sorry, bear with me here. I'm just kind of getting straight with the cards that came out. So the shadow side to a Sagittarius full moon is that there can be a feeling of overbearing, doing things in excess. And I just keep getting this feeling And before I started this video, I was kind of tuning in and I was like, okay, I think I'm almost ready to film this. I think I'm almost ready to talk about the Sagittarius full moon. It should be great. And then I was just like really tired and I had to take a nap before doing this. And so with that and just my own intuition kind of being pulled into what's going on with this Sagittarius full moon is that there could definitely, you might definitely feel that overbearing sort of energy, that energy of excess and of burnout. You know, that can happen also, you know, on the 8th of May that we came from. We had the opposition with the Sun and Jupiter. And so, you know, there's a lot of the opposition type energy that is hanging around. And so it's just, I feel like it's inciting us just to kind of look at, focus more on some of those, the opposite side of things, right? The other side of things. And sometimes looking at a different viewpoint and looking at the lesson, or stepping into someone's shoes and that situation about that thing is, you know, it's not always fun. It's not always fun, but that is the lesson with this full moon, I think, for all of us. And man, is there a lot to be gained. Wow, yeah. Okay, but before we get into the cards and I pull some rune stones down here for you guys, I do want to mention that I am going to be selling organic bath bombs very soon in my Etsy shop. They should be available by the end of this month here in May, around this full moon actually. The bath bombs, organic bath bombs, should be available, and they're going to be in the style of the 4 elemental dragons, 4 elemental dragon eggs that I kind of was inspired to do from the Druid Animal Oracle. So I'm really excited about these. You know, it's just a new thing that I'm adding, that it just has bath bombs, and taking salt baths in general are just a very spiritual experience for me, and the best time for me personally to tune in and to tap into my intuition and to just kind of listen and let those powerful, wise sort of inner callings come to me. So, you know, that's why I'm passionate about doing like the bath bombs and bath salts and stuff that has to do with taking a bath and being in water. So, woo, I'm excited about that. And then also those starlight rituals. I have the do-it-yourself starlight rituals, you know, in regards to wealth, money, harmony, love, protection, and even cleansing your aura. That is available as well. And of course, I'll leave all the links below. But back to the Sagittarius full moon. I'm going to take you down here so you can look at the cards while I pull some rune stones for us. Okay, rune stones are out. Okay, so in the subconscious position, we had the Sun. In the conscious position, we have the Three of Swords. And in the superconscious here, we have the World, with a bonus card of the Knight of Cups. We have the Ten of Cups here at the bottom of the deck, which is just beautiful. Of course, one of like my favorite cards in the deck. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I mean, with the sun, you know, guys, being in that subconscious area where I was talking about at the beginning, you know, that inner sort of conflict you might be facing around your self-worth and self-expression. You know, the sun is all about that. You know, this could be speaking of too how you create prosperity, you know, how you view prosperity, how you view money, how you view that kind of worth about yourself. You know, literally what you feel like you're worth getting paid. You know, it could be as specific as that. Or just your worth and what you have to give in a relationship. There's just sort of this inner delving with that childlike, nostalgic place within yourself. And you know, Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius, is in the sign of Scorpio right now. And so it is about digging deep and looking at this around the Sagittarius full moon. And you know, paired with the sun here, we have Uras. Uras. Okay, so the words that are ringing most strong right now with this is wild sort of energy, wild and vital, wild sort of vitality. You know, Uras represents like the wild oxen to those Nordic people. It was that sort of sturdy, strong, and get things sort of done and accomplished, you know, not always by strategy, not always by plan, but kind of doing things with that sense of adaptability, doing things kind of in a wild, sort of just free and exciting sort of way. You know, Sagittarius is a mutable sign as well. You know, so there is that feeling of sort of doing things with adaptability, you know, being flexible and being able to be kind and gentle with yourself and to sort of change your perspective with your self-worth and with how you're expressing your power to the world here. And I feel like, you know, this is going to be a very strong, Uras is all about strong will and strong emotions and strong sort of focus and just strong, you know, like sturdy, wild oxen sort of power. And so you're going to be really feeling this stirring internally. It's going to be very personal. It's going to be very personal for each individual. And go ahead and take you back up here with moi. Okay, so, and moving on into the conscious area here, we have like the Three of Swords with Iwas. Very kind of fitting energies here. So, you know, with Iwas is definitely speaking with the Three of Swords here. That sort of wrapping up consciously, you know, coming to terms with where it is that you are struggling with creating prosperity, wealth, happiness for yourself, where you're blocking yourself, you know, the self-worth, all of that. And it's amazing, you know, Leo, the sun card here, rules the heart chakra. And here's the heart. Looking, you know, looking a little pinged, looking a little burnt out, looking a little worn out here. But, you know, the message with Iwas is it's not all going to shit here. It's not. There is just sort of this lesson that you have to get through, that Iwas, the Three of Swords, is trying to show you and tell you here, at where you have to look at your passions and what is really truly on your heart. You know, that what is your heart worth? You know, is that situation really worth your time and energy? Is that job really worth your time and energy? Are you in a position that you're actually passionate about? And if you're not, this might be one of those full moons where you get kind of thrown off the path a little bit. You get some sort of wild oxen energy kind of thrown at you, where you have to kind of cope with that course change. There's a sense of course change here, guys. And this is happening with a lot of us. And this is collectively all of us. And so there's a great sense of healing here. You know, whenever you can really look at where you are creating those self-doubting feelings, where you are, maybe where you're being really hard on yourself. Some of us, you know, might really be just being too hard on ourselves, and we need to be kinder to ourselves. You know, there could be, I feel like too, that there really is going to be a quick solution, especially with the Mercury going into Gemini, you know, quick sort of solutions and how to cope and deal with this. Awaz is, you know, it's meeting that challenge, that difficulty, and it's overcoming it. It's for the betterment. It's for the experience, for what that experience is teaching you, that knowledge. Knowledge is power. You know, that is what this is ringing as. And when you move through this, you know, look what your guides, look what the universe is giving you. You know, a wealth of opportunity. Like this is us reaching the peak, reaching, you know, paradise. Reaching that Garden of Eden, you know, where we can just kind of sit back and indulge and be proud of ourselves for how far we've come. You know, there's something, it's definitely something very sort of fortunate to be gained from this. And the amount of abundance that you can receive whenever you wrap this pain up, you know, this lesson, whatever is just really got your heart strained. When you do that, look, and Buraq is the rune that is paired with the world here, okay? So Buraq is also a very feminine energy. You know, Buraq is all about fertility and bringing in new abundance, bringing in just a mass amount of opportunity and just creative ability and being able to really just produce. And so, you know, I kind of associate it also kind of with that sort of spring-like energy, you know, where everything is just blooming, everything is blossoming. There's so many flowers, there's so many green trees and bushes and just everything blooming, you know, Buraq, bee, bloom, blossom. It's really quite beautiful. You know, whenever we do our homework, guys, whenever we do the homework that our guides in the universe is giving us to do in order to evolve into a better, more healthy you, you know, the rewards are so beautiful. You know, the rewards are there. But you do have to get through this. You do have to face that Three of Swords. You have to face it. And you have to deal with it. You have to meet it. So whoever or whatever this pain has been, and for a lot of us, like I said, it really has been about the sort of internal struggle and really your place in the world, how you're shining right here, how you're shining in the world, how you are expressing your vitality, your sense of vitality and power and passion to the world. Healing that. Finding a new or just more evolved and more current way of expressing yourself and your golden heart. Don't allow it to stay there. Meet that pain, find that child nostalgia and what needs to be healed, with that child version of you. This could be traveling kind of back in time a little bit and looking at maybe some things in the past that, in your childhood, in the past that need to be healed, that maybe you've just been holding on to for too long. Kicking you out of it, kicking you out of that childlike, fixed, set sort of principle about, how you perceive yourself, kicking you out of it so that you are looking at yourself in a much newer, brighter, better way, guys. And it opens up so many doors for you with the world here. So many doors. And the offers, with the Knight of Cups popping out as our bonus card, the Knight of Cups, this is like offers and those sort of, I get like relationships and even jobs and just personal sort of pursuits taking off, and then you just really, I feel like the Knight of Cups is coming in here for a lot of us to just heal. Heal and move you forward from those old paradigms that just don't serve you anymore. Those things that, you might have been told growing up as a child that, oh, you really suck at this, or you're not learning as fast, or you'll never be such and such. All those doubting and negative sort of things that kind of crush your ego, those things are being brought up to be healed and to be dealt with. And when you deal with it, again, guys, when you deal with it, it's amazing. It's amazing here what happens. Okay? You can move forward. You can receive and meet the relationships and connections and opportunities and creative solutions that come to you with such ease, such natural flow. And, look at what we have at the bottom of the deck again. 10 of Cups. This is that happy, to me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. This is the happy sort of fairy tale-like energy. And what it is to me is, again, it's representative of that healing. And you see the children dancing in the background here. To me, this is speaking of, this child fully embracing and realizing their self-worth, their personal power, and celebrating you. Really embracing yourself and just healing those parts of your childhood that may have caused discomfort and may have caused you to look at your worth and your value in a negative light. That is being healed. That is being transformed around this Sagittarius full moon on the 29th. Woo! And like I said, Scorpio is Jupiter is in the sign of Scorpio. So that's why this has kind of got that deep sort of rebirth sort of aspect to it. You know, a little bit of that heaviness that I was feeling. And with those oppositions going on in the sky, you know. But it's truly, truly an amazing progress that we got going on. I'm going to let you look at it one more time, y'all, before I close out here. I mean, see this? Boom, boom, world, others meeting you, you meeting others, surging forward. You reaching sort of this inner sort of peace, inner healing, inner peace, inner paradise, where you can relax and recognize and truly behold and value your beautiful self-worth on a spiritual level, on an inner level. When you change the inner, guys, it changes the outer, what's in your physical world. Okay? It's consciously coming up. It's consciously coming up. But bam, 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 is it going to be awesome. So, just don't forget to do your homework, okay? Okay, everyone, that is all I have. I hope these messages are helpful for you around this full moon. I'm really excited about it. There is still this sense of optimism and great expansion and just, God, climb, 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 you know, climbing up, climbing up, climbing up, evolving, 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 okay? So, thank you so much, guys, for liking, for sharing and commenting on my videos. It really, really does help support my channel and everything that I'm doing here. And then, yeah, if any of you want to do a personal reading with me, I have a bit of availability still this month, you know, Etsy shop information, email, all that is going to be in the descriptions box. And don't forget about those dragon egg organic bath bombs coming soon. Woo! I mean, they should be available around this full moon. And then those do-it-yourself starlight rituals. You know, so if you are wanting to focus on cleansing your aura, healing your aura, your energy, or, you know, fixing the wealth and how you view prosperity and your wealth and worth, those could be very helpful. So all the information will be below. All of you lovely peoples, take care around this full moon. All of us are going through this together. Remember that? And it's going to be so transformative, so expansive and beautiful. So, without further ado, I will see you all very soon. Ta-ta for now.